Hey guys, happy Lantern Ride. Today we're going to be talking about Ga-ming because I've been doing a lot of testing on him. So here's your quick and easy Genshin Impact build guide for Ga-ming. Let's get right into it. For weapons, the Serpent Spine is probably his best in slot, provided that you have a shielder, due to the fact that this weapon gives a lot more extra damage as long as you don't get hit. So if you have the battle pass or already have this from the previous battle pass, this is definitely a weapon that you should pick as long as you have a shielder. Crit substat weapons are also very good for Ga-ming, like the Verdict, Red Horn Stone Thresher, and the Beacon of the Reed Sea. If you don't have crit related substats, you can also use an attack based substat like the Wolf's Gravestone and the Unforged. If you are running a vaporized team, the Rain Slasher is the perfect choice, but I wouldn't suggest this if you're going to go for an overload team, only if you're running a vaporized team with either Farina or Xingqiu. If you don't have any of the 4-star options that you can only acquire via wishing, the Tidal Shadow is a good craftable free-to-play weapons for all you free-to-play people out there. It's easy to refine 5 due to it being craftable, and the buff that you receive from it is pretty much guaranteed due to Ga-ming's self-healing. You can also use the Mailed Flower if you were able to acquire this during the event for that easy refinement 5, as well as that extra elemental mastery for vaporized teams. For artifacts, I strongly recommend either the 4-piece Marechaussee Hunter set or the 4-piece Crimson Witch of Flame set. The 4-piece Marechaussee Hunter is the most recommended set in my opinion, due to the fact that Ga-ming increases and decreases his HP with his abilities, so this makes this a pretty easy pick because you can immediately get the stacks for the 4-piece buff. The Crimson Witch of Flames is also a no-brainer for any Pyro DPS, especially if you're using reactions like Melt and Vaporize. For artifact main stats and substats, this is how I would normally set up my Ga-ming, with a focus on attack percentage Sands, pyro damage bonus Goblet, and crit damage Circlet. However, depending on your needs, you may be able to change this to elemental mastery or energy recharge depending on the type of build that you're using. For constellations, if you're not looking to C6 your Ga-ming, C3 is a good stopping point as it increases the level of his bestial ascent by 3 levels, which is the main bulk of his source of damage. However, due to his C6 buff just flat out increasing crit rate by 20% and crit damage by 40% makes it highly recommended. So if you can, C6 your Ga-ming. For talents, focus on elemental skill first, as this is the bulk of Ga-ming's damage, followed by his elemental burst next, and then lastly his normal attack. However, if you're using a plunge attack build with a Shan Yun, it is much recommended to level up his normal attack first and then burst. Now let's talk about my favorite teams. This is probably my most favorite team for Ga-ming, which is the setup of Farina, Shan Yun, Kazuha, and Ga-ming. Now it's a pretty expensive team because you need 3 5-stars, but if you have them, this is such a great team. Farina, with the elemental skill, applies constant hydro to the enemies, with Kazuha being able to swirl hydro first and just allowing Ga-ming to deal massive amounts of damage. Shan Yun is also the healer for the team, which helps in Farina building fanfare, as well as buffing Ga-ming's plunging attacks. Another alternative to that team, and this time we're going with Melt, is to use Layla, Shan Yun, Rosaria, and Ga-ming. Layla provides shielding to the team, which is pretty important for Ga-ming as he kind of hurts himself a lot. Rosaria has a decent crit rate buff and can also hold the 4-piece Noblesse Oblige, while Xian Yun just does Xian Yun things and buffs Ga-ming's burst, as well as provide healing for the team as well. You can also run a Chevreuse team. Granted, you are locked at only Electro and Pyro units, but we tested this yesterday and it was pretty good actually, with Ga-ming dropping around 60 to 70k drops, with everybody else also doing decent damage, especially Fischl. So this is run with a Bennett, Fischl, Chevreuse, and Ga-ming. You can also replace Fischl with Yaimiko if you have her. Plus, this team is just kind of cheap and very easy to use and very low investment. Fischl is low investment, Bennett is pretty much needed by every other team, and Chevreuse only really needs HP. And that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. You know the deal. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe out there. Bye!